Testing, testing. 1, 2, you ain't so tough with that bad boy talk.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy talk. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought.
Hello, friends. What's poppin'? Welcome back to the channel, Football Therapy with me, your host, Jan. I do hope you're doing well. Genuinely do hope that. Welcome back to Chelsea news / match preview to the big game at Old Trafford versus Ruud van Nistelrooy's Manchester United. It's going to be a great video, guys. Today, I'm going to be reacting to a story that has been circulating around football news media about Enzo Fernandez and Tchouaméni. Of course, Real Madrid midfielder, France international. There's talk of a swap deal. We're going to turn the aperture down. That's much better. We're going to take it with a bit of pinch of salt, but I'm going to cite an article from Yahoo Sports. Happy November, by the way. I'm going to show you some injury graphic stuff, which is absolutely mental. And we do need to take a moment to just accept how far we've come. It's going to be great. So thank you for joining me as always. Thank you for your sweet love and support. You can assert said love and support by just dropping a like on the video. Super simple, man. Like. And if you do choose to subscribe, hit the bell. We are, of course, on the road to 200,000 subs. And indeed, we're close to 190k. So let's keep the train going, guys. I believe in us. We can do it together. All right, let's get into it. All right. Firstly, let's do this. Take a look at this. Bang! Absences by team. Injuries. Chelsea Football Club are the bottom of the best table to be bottom of. Injuries. Now, once upon a time, we were Man City. In fact, we were well into double digits. Wasn't there a point where we had like 14, 15 injuries or something insane? There was something absolutely incredible. Much more than Man City have right now. But we were injured FC last season under Pochettino. And now we have one injury. And I think that's Amari Kellyman. It's not like it's, Cole Palmer. It's Kellyman who's yet to feature for Chelsea. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that is the state of play. Breathe that in, ladies and gentlemen. That is absolutely mental. I'm telling you. We were in the trenches last year under Poch. Now, look. This isn't a Pochettino hit piece, although I do think his training methods were a contributing factor to why Chelsea were absolutely cooked and annihilated last season. But let's be real, there's a multitude of things that could be contributing to such a wonderful turnaround. One would be, we've got 2 starting 11s now. We've got an A team and a B team, so no one's red zoning at all. In fact, Enzo Maresca, the new Chelsea manager, has been very firm on how the likes of Fofana, Lavia, James will only play once a week all season to ensure they don't relapse back into injury. Amazing stuff, really. So I guess the coaching, training and coaching perspectives has put us in a stronger position. The fact how we've got 2 starting 11s in rotation. But to be fair to Pochettino, well, not to be maybe not fair to Pochettino, he wasn't in Europe last season, so he didn't need 2 starting 11s. But also new medical team, we've had a big clear out. Look, for whatever the reasons, it doesn't matter. This isn't about, looking back. It's about looking forwards. And my oh my, that is a good sight for sore eyes, isn't it? One injury and it's a kid who's yet to feature in the first team anyway. It's like karma balancing itself out. Do you know what I mean? From being absolutely dragged through torment in the world of injuries last season, now we've ascended to the holy land of no injuries. And it's lovely stuff. Yeah. Right. We're going to talk about Enzo Fernandez and Tchouaméni. Quick CTA, follow me on Instagram if you want to see more of my beautiful face at Football Yannick. And if you want non-Chelsea football related content, do consider to subscribe to my other YouTube channel, Football Yannick. Easy to remember, Instagram and YouTube at Football Yannick. Right, we are going to look at this. I'm not going to hold up the article in front of you for ages, but it's Yahoo Sports. £100 million plus Chelsea man's huge personal problems could see epic swap deal with Real Madrid ace. Now, disclaimer, this is a little bit distasteful talking about his personal problems. And as you guys know, this is not something I'm inclined to do. But it's an article aggregating the information about what's going on at the moment. I'm generally, I want to be respectful of people's personal problems, but it's all around the media. It's not like I'm breaking any stuff here. So we're going to react to it now. Real Madrid are looking to acquire Chelsea's £100 million man, Enzo Fernandez, and the carrot of a part swap deal with Tchouaméni could tempt the Blues into doing business with the West Londoners. The Argentinian hasn't been at his best of late, and that could be down to explained by huge personal problems. Apparently, him and his wife have decided to split up, which is in South American media, which is now bled into English media. And the emotional toll is bound to have an effect. It follows on from his 6 months driving ban. Yeah, that sort of went under the radar somewhat. Somewhere else outside football for the player he'll have to try and deal with. Indeed, Enzo Maresca hasn't started the Argentinian in the last 2 Premier League games. I thought that was to do with the return of the international break and the travel and stuff. Maybe that was an excuse to not start him. But he hasn't been in good form. Fernandez. And though he was back in the starting lineup against Newcastle in the Carabao Cup tie, it wasn't a surprise to see. It wouldn't be a surprise, of course, to see him drop this weekend. But we were all expecting to see Lavia and Caicedo. Spoiler for my predicted lineup. Change. Thank you very much. So Real Madrid have clearly seen an opportunity to end the players' Chelsea hell. Come on, Chelsea hell. Get off, mate. There's hell in Chelsea. Now, this is citing the source, and according to, see if I can say this, Fichajes, you all know what publication I'm speaking about. They also often come out with sensational silliness. Maybe this is the same. They intend to test the waters with the Blues. They're even apparently prepared to offer Tchouaméni as part of a deal to bring Fernandez to the Spanish capital. The outlet suggests Carlo Ancelotti sees Fernandez's high-pressing game. What? Have they confused Enzo Fernandez with Conor Gallagher, mate? It's in the article. It's there. It's there. High-pressing game. I'm not making this up. As complementary to which his current midfielders provide and a chance to get away from the issues he's facing in London on a personal and professional level. Of course, he's Real Madrid, biggest club, and this is me speaking, biggest club in the world, Real Madrid. He can speak Spanish fluently. Speak Spanish. He's struggling with English, I think. It's believed an offer that the French international Tchouaméni is to bring down the cost of the operation that would likely cost 100 million euros otherwise. By getting the 24-year-old midfielders off their books, his associated salary with him, that makes a transfer a much more agreeable one for the reigning Spanish champions. Firstly, okay, let's just pinch of salt this stuff, shall we? Theoretical. I see Enzo Fernandez at Real Madrid because obviously huge high profile, World Cup winner, Copa America winner. They love South Americans. He can play Hollywood balls. He looks like a bit of a superstar, doesn't he? Like, remember when we announced him, like, Enzo Fernandez, it was like, holy so-and-so, we've got a bit of a star here. He's got star quality. Say what you want. Like, he can play Hollywood balls. He is combative. He's a bit of a warrior on the pitch. He looks cool. He seems like a Galactico to me. Personally, that's what I think. I think it'd fit the bill. I don't know about this high-pressing report. I don't know where that's coming from or who the Ruddy X scouting him. But, you know, playing for Galacticos, playing next to a Camavinga, it could work. It could be great. And to be honest, let's be real. After seeing what's working in our midfield pivot of late, it is players like Caicedo and Lavia. And if you think of Aurélien Tchouaméni, he's closer to them two than he is Enzo Fernandez, although Tchouaméni's got an absolute rocket of a goal in him himself. I love Tchouaméni, and I think he would, as things stand, I think he would be more appropriate for Enzo Maresca's Chelsea than Enzo Fernandez, as things stand. And I also think Enzo Fernandez would be a great fit for a multitude of reasons for Real Madrid. Do I think this will happen? Almost certainly not. Chelsea would need to get a big amount of money back for Enzo Fernandez. I know he signed a long-term deal and extended for a year, so his book value, well, they originally amortized him for the whole shebang because that was before the rules changed. So 105 million in a couple of years. His book value in an extension of a year. His book value might be like 80 million quid or something. Enzo Fernandez. 80 million pounds, so they'd want that back, or they'd want the value back of a more appropriate player. Tchouaméni cost them 85. I don't know if they do a straight swap or something like that. But the thing is, swap deals don't happen. You do individual sales either way. It's so rare. And in fact, it feels a bit too rare that there's not these swap deals. Why can't they just be, you've got a high profile player, we've got a high profile player, they don't fit our systems, can we swap please? Do you know what I mean? Like, why is there never that? Like, it feels like they should be able to do that. All right, let's talk about, fine, let's round this section off. Am I writing off Enzo Fernandez? No. Do I like Enzo Fernandez as a player? Yes. He has demonstrated moments of immense quality in the Chelsea squad. I said it before last season where he was fighting Manchester United, or under Graham Potter. So the season before last, he'd only been with us a few months, and all the Chelsea squad after them didn't want to be there, and we got into a bit of a rut with United, and he was the first in there fighting for his team, and he just got here. He doesn't speak English, and I was like, yes, Chelsea. That is Chelsea. I like him. I do like him. I'd love for it to work. If you can make it work, he's got immense quality and he's got star quality, and it feels like we've got a bit of a superstar. He's an absolute superstar on the world stage. You know, best young player at the World Cup, won the World Cup, won Copa America. He's a high profile player. There ain't no doubt about it. And he's got, you know, a lot in his locker. So I'd love for it to work. But if someone said right now, if there was a poll of Chelsea fans, do you want to swap him for Tchouaméni? If you could swap him right now, no cash either way, just player swap. I reckon a lot of Chelsea fans would say yes. Let me know what you think. It's obviously at this point a thought exercise, because it's fiaches, or however you say it. Feel free to phonetically break down that pronunciation down in the comment section below. Alright, sweet friends, should we build a lineup for United? First of all, I'm not going to talk too much about them. They play a 4-2-3-1 under Ten Hag. They played a 4-2-3-1 under Big Rude. The most interesting thing was they played a double pivot of Casemiro and Ugarte together, which, if anything, made just the Casemiro look better offensively, having Ugarte next to him. So they'll probably go with that again. We are going to build a lineup and foot bin here for the Chelsea. Of course, we're coming off a very disappointing result / performance in midweek away at Newcastle. It will be a lot of changes, 10, possibly 11. Goalkeeper, Rob Sanchez. Where is it's going to be Robert? There he is. We'll come back in goal. Of course, yet to convince the entire Chelsea fan base, or indeed most of it. But certainly, after watching Jorgensen, we're like, okay, we don't trust any of our goalkeepers. Levi Colwill is going to absolutely moonwalk into this lineup as the first name on the team sheet. And after watching all the other centre-backs, including Tosin, Fofana's stocks are certainly up. Especially, we know this partnership between the two is supposed to be perfectly balanced in terms of their profiles and chemistry and stuff. Now, this is... Well, let's just do what we'll definitely know is going to go down first, right? Caicedo. Palmer. Now, Palmer could be playing in the right pocket, like he has done for most of the season, or could he go in the left pocket again? We are going to talk about that. Now, I do think Lavia is going to start. He's been rested. He's been preparing for this game. This is firepower. Man United played pretty much their first team in midweek at Old Trafford. They might still be high on the endorphins of no Ten Hag, but this is firepower, bro. Rested for a whole week. That's got to be an advantage, or unless they're just not, you know, it's a disadvantage because they're rusty. Of course, one of the first names on the team sheet now, and probably underappreciated, Nico Jackson. Absolute bowler. Now, I've left the flanks, as you can see here, because I don't think this is necessarily what everyone's going to guess. Well, let's do this. Even though Noni came on for half an hour in midweek, I think he is going to play there. Now, I think, again, fully rested. Look at that card. Malo Gusto, right back. And then you're thinking left back. Cucurella, Vega. No. Oh, it's not going to... There we go. Reece James. We tested it against Newcastle in the last Premier League game. We said, right, Gusto, good right back, links up with a good right winger, Madueke. But with Caicedo CDMing and Palmer playing in the sort of left pocket, right, to combine well with Pedro Neto. Oh my God. Yes. That is, I think Enzo Maresca was looking at the trio of James, Neto and Palmer on that left side. And I think that was a test to see it again. Of course, Jadon Sancho can't play against Manchester United because he is he can't play against his parent club while he's still on loan from them. Of course, next season onwards that will change. I think we're going to see this lineup. And we will see Palmer take up different positions in that left pocket slightly, combining with Pedro Neto. Neto looks like he's finally ready. He's finally settled into the Chelsea team and he's looking effective. He's fast as well. They'll be really effective on the break, but he can dribble and slow stuff down as well. James looks like he's ready to go and he can be a really good contributor. And also, if we've seen if Gusto's a bit overcooked and tired, Reece James can just move over. We can bring on Cucurella. We can bring on Vega. Now, Cucurella and Vega both started in midweek, and I think that's just another sign. I do genuinely think that's another sign that we're going to see this again. And look, who had Reece James becoming a devastating left back on their bingo card? Because I didn't. And it could be super effective. It could be super effective, guys. Like, why not? The guy's played right centre back, right wing back, central defensive midfield. I always like to reference as he was trained as a striker in the academy growing up, hence his finishing ability. Why not play at left back? Man can do it all. Plus, the fact that he slots in and puts in these performances, blocks on the goal line, headers over the crossbar last minute to save 3 points. Captain's performances on the pitch. For all my reservations of his other elements of captaincy, if he does that, he is that captain's armband is tight on his biceps, never coming off, mate. And then we could talk about subs. Probably Mudryk, I think, will come on if the game's stretched to run around a little bit, especially if we're leading and Man United are pushing up. There'll be spacing behind. I do expect someone like Cucurella to come on there to either rest James or Gusto, whoever's more tired. Cucurella can come on for, and the other one will just stay at right back or move to right back. Enzo Fernandez, I do expect to come on. And yeah, bro, probably an Nkunku, pour one out for Mark Hughes' Chelsea career. Should have had some minutes midweek, didn't get a chance. And yeah, dude, that's pretty strong. That's super strong. I mean, look, guys, I need to take a deep breath before I say this. We haven't won at Old Trafford in over 11 years, I think it is. Think of all these terrible, terrible iterations of Manchester United, and we can't beat them. We need to beat them. This is if we beat them and Enzo Maresca's done all this, he's like, look, I'll throw the game midweek against Newcastle. Don't matter. We just need to get this monkey off our back. We need to defeat Manchester United at Old Trafford, and we've rested a first team. They're really full of immense quality. They've played midweek, their first team. We're in form. They're not in form. I know they've had that win under Rude, but they're not technically in form yet, are they? We've got to do this, mate. I'm going to predict a 2-1 win to Chelsea, away win, and I will absolutely rip your hand off for that just to break the effing curse. Let me know what you think, guys. Comment in the comment section below. Let me know about your lineups, score predictions, what you think about the Enzo story, injuries. Thank you as always for joining me. Thank you for liking and subscribing. And I do hope to see you back here very, very soon.